Emboldened.
Damn, look at that angle. Oh, bro. Oh, man. Wow, look at that, bro. You know what this looks like? World of Warcraft. Wait, it even has the same fucking TTS. Oh my god.
Tether 4.
This, yeah, the gaming.com, apparently. Wow.
Wow, they still wipe. What the fuck? So
Yep.
it's got zoom hack. It's got, this might be
The
like auto
rotation bot.
rotation.
Yeah.
I've never used any of this shit, so I don't know. There was a program I used on stream. People wanted me to try it where whenever I hit a button on stream, it would show you what button that I hit, like a time.
Oh yeah, World of Warcraft has this. I actually wish that add-on was available, or there was a plugin available for that, so people could actually see the buttons and the inputs that players do. But it's like, as soon as you, the thing is, like, they can never really let you do that, because like once you let people do a little bit of it, then it's just like, where's the line? You know?
Timeline, like whatever
People
I
always use
hit,
SQL.
you guys would
Yeah.
see
I mean,
in
it would
this
be
bar,
cool to
but I don't
have.
think this is it. Yeah, it's not like any type of auto bot or anything like that. It literally just, whatever button I hit, even if I fat finger it, it'll just go up there. It's more for like stream, I guess. Anyway, so this is a timeline thing. I've seen
Yeah.
this before. So this
Needs to
basically
be
tells
official.
you
Yeah.
like what exactly is happening and when. So like this blaster's in 28. Obviously zoom hack. What is this? Skill timers, okay, or spell timers, parser.
I love how like the Final Fantasy community looks at this as like this like fucking absolute like abuse of power. This is just like unequivocal like fucking cheating, like just shameless manipulation of the game. Just something to be shamed of completely. Like, you should quit the game for how disgusting you are. And then in World of Warcraft, it's like, oh, okay, so you have the weak aura for that? Okay, good. You have your damage meter? Got it. Okay, you've got your rotation bot? Yep, of course. Okay, this is your input commands. And then, oh yeah, that's your handy notes for, you know, the fight itself, or, you know, your RT raid add-on. Yeah, for WoW, this is the minimum that you need. You at least need this in order to raid in WoW.
Notes. End of P2 LB3 defamation.
Yeah, this is a normal mode raider.
Holy fuck, man.
In World of
I don't
Warcraft.
know what this one is down here. Maybe one of them is the auto rotation. I have no idea, man. Holy fuck, dude, this is insane.
One.
Yep.
Dude,
See that? They're smart. They get out with those circles, those blue circles.
this is Splatoon. At least I
Y'all
think
see
this
that?
is Splatoon. See these like
Bro, it does look like Splatoon, actually. Like the fucking, that game. There's like all these bright colors and like splashes of color everywhere. It does.
yeah, like tells you where to go and
Worse
shit,
than
man. It's
Arkham Week
fucking
Wars?
crazy.
Yeah.
This is the shit people are using, man. Yeah, like it's funny because like people are giving.
Like, let's compare this. That's actually really funny. Let's compare this to Arkham. Let me see if they did or not.
The Legion comes.
Let's see if they did. I'm trying to remember. Where the hell is this?
This meaningless little world.
Let me see. I gotta find it.
Succumb to my corruption. The land.
Where's the beams? Where's the fucking beams? Like, I feel like there's gotta be. When the fuck are the beams happening? Do I not see it?
Coming.
Yeah, I
The
forgot even when
pitiful
they happened on the
child.
screen.
I will not.
Where is it, Ken?
Yeah, what was it even called? Right after the fire? Was that it? Oh. Wait, nah, no shot. That was it.
The Legion will fall.
Where is it, Ken?
That's just where the fire goes around.
The
Yeah,
light
that's not it.
will not fail.
Is it Rock Chaos?
I grow tired of this pointless game.
Yes. Okay, here we go. All right, so basically, if you look right here, this is an official UI for the world first kill of Mythic Archimond. So what it did is it used an add-on to triangulate the location of every single player that would use these different circles so they could move themselves in a location that they would not get hit by these beams. So, like, watch how this happens. So they get inside of that, and then people hyper-adjust, or, like, micro-adjust, and they avoid every single one with this add-on. You see how this add-on tells them exactly how to stand and where to go?
You a taker?
It's not first kill, it's second kill. What says Mythic World first? I don't know. Who cares?
3.
Look at that. Right there, rangefinder.
Now.
So keep in mind, guys,
Times.
this is the world first. These guys are great. They're amazing. The best players. Completely authentic. They hate us because they ain't us. Good players only. Best WoW guild. Final Fantasy. Cheaters. Cheating. The best guild. Cheating. Again. The best guild. Mm-hmm. But that's too far. Bro, why you try to make excuses about that shit? Like, what do you think? You think that they actually planned out Mythic Jailer to be done by somebody with no add-ons? Get your head out of your ass. Add-ons make the game worse. In WoW, like, combat add-ons make the game worse.
The world first team, like, so much shit, which, I mean, yeah, they got caught zoom hacking, but, like, people don't understand that a zoom hack that's not even, like, as deep as it goes. Like, you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, this shit right here is way fucking worse.
I think,
like, people think a zoom hack is, like, just auto cheat. Like, if you use auto win. If you use a zoom hack, you just auto win, and that's not true at all. But, like, holy fuck, man, like, this stuff, Jesus Christ, holy fuck. Yeah, this is insane. I mean, but the thing is, guys, like, I know this looks really bad, and it is really bad, but the thing is like, according to Square Enix...
What's this here? Add-ons will be used no matter what. Clear example with the Final Fantasy World First. Bro, just because people are going to use them doesn't mean that, like, Blizzard should let people do it in WoW. Of course, bro, like, people are going to bot. That doesn't mean botting is okay in the game. People are going to, like, say... the N-word. That doesn't mean saying it is okay in game. People are going to buy gold. That doesn't mean RMT is okay. Like, what do you mean? Like, just because people are going to do something, you should allow it? No, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes sense in some circumstances, sure, but this just isn't one of them.
This is on the same level as a beard mod. Remember that. That's Square Enix's mentality, because they won't take a stance on it. Or sorry, they have taken a stance on it. If a beard mod is against TOS, it is against TOS. And what is this? Against TOS. It's the same. That's how dumb it is. So I want you to remember that. Like, the next time you load up your game using the 14 launcher, not the official one, whenever you use the 14 launcher, Dalamon, I want you to remember that that is just as bad as this shit in Square Enix's eyes. I want you to remember that, because that's literally what they said. Anything.
I mean, the thing is, they have to have a hardline stance, because if they don't, then you're always going to have people that are going to try to push the envelope. So it's one of those things where, like, everybody knows that this is a lot worse than, like, a fucking G shader or some sort of, you know, like, graphics pack. Nobody, a beard mod, yeah, nobody really thinks that these are equal. Square Enix knows they're not equal, but they have to treat them as if they're equal, because if they don't, then you're always going to have the players, well, what about this one? So because of this one, because you did this thing, and, well, the other email, the mod was, well, so, because that one kind of let you do the same thing, and then our mod works kind of the same way, but, like, it's not really exactly like that, because it, you know, allows you to, like, hack the game a little bit, but, like, not a lot. That's, like, only 10% of the mod. The rest of it is just, like, so, you see what I'm saying? Like, you just can't do it. You can't fucking, it's got nothing to do with console players. You can't do it, because the moment that you let this happen, everybody, all bets are off.
third party. Anything third party. Yo, you know what? If enough traction gets, maybe they'll add this shit in the game. That's what they tend to do. They tend to ban people that use this and then add it in the game later. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll see Splatoon later.
I feel like there's a 0% shot that this is ever going to be in the game. Like, chat bubbles is a great example. Somebody brought this up. Preach Gaming used chat bubbles mod. I also think that chat bubbles should be in Final Fantasy XIV. This is something that was in MapleStory. I think it's in RuneScape too. It's in WoW. Like, it should be in the game. Now, just because it should be in the game, like, I don't think that it's just like it's so nuanced, because it's like, if you're not a streamer and you're using add-ons, and these are like just cosmetic add-ons that don't give you any extra level of awareness like this is, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't. And I don't think Square Enix thinks it's that big of a deal. But if you stream the add-ons, they have to take action because it's against the rules. They have to do it, because if they don't, then they're not following their own rules, and then everything is chaos. They have to do it. So you're making them do it. Like, it's not even a question.
Maybe we'll be able to play from the moon. Yeah, I don't know. This is insane, though.
Tower 2.
Stream means you're advocating its use? Well, it means that it's okay.
Oh, I see. This is the recommended rotation. Okay.
Because, like, you can logically assume that, like, I think people that are doing something on stream, you can assume that what they are doing on stream is not against the rules of the game. Like, that somebody is not, like, going live and cheating, unless Clara, downloaded aimbot onto their PC while they weren't playing. This is an assumption that a lot of people could come to. I think that's fair.
Okay.
You can't, yeah. He has to be, yeah. It's just realistically they can't do that. This is a Dark Knight, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a Dark Knight. I'm just looking at the ability.
Tether 4.
Dude, look how far he's zoomed out, man. Holy shit.
It's like, at this point, you're not even really playing the game.
Holy fuck, man, that's insane. What's my stance on design ultimates with mods in mind? Okay, like, look, I just want to say this. I think this ultimate's too fucking hard. Like, this ultimate's too hard.
Maybe it is too hard. But I will also say that if you can't design them with mods in mind, because mods change. It would be impossible for them to do that. Because, like, at what point is a mod, and at what point is it a hack? Because you're going to, if mods are allowed, you're going to also have people hacking and doing things that create extra levels of awareness. Like, in my opinion, I think anything that increases your combat awareness inside of an encounter in a video game, whether this is Final Fantasy or WoW, whether it's like a tracker, an indicator, a list, like a fucking, like, awareness thing, like it plays an air horn whenever a mechanic happens. Any of that stuff is all bad. I think everybody knows that, like, cosmetic, like, even nude add-ons, like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? But this stuff is actually bad.
I thought DSR was the hardest. I thought that was the hardest that they should ever make it. So let me just say that right away. I think that this one's
Interrupt
way too hard.
one.
However, to answer your question, I don't think that they should ever design fights around mods. I don't think so, because then you'll have, like, WoW shit. I don't think I'd want that in my game.
Yeah, he
or
knows.
My game. I don't think that I would want that in the game that I play. I'm not saying it's bad. So if you love the way WoW raids are designed.
No, I'm saying it's bad. I think it's fucking garbage. It's absolute fucking trash. I wish Blizzard would make all combat add-ons, DBM, big wigs, weak auras, all of it, disable it completely.
Then that's great. I'm not saying they're bad, man. I don't play WoW enough to care about it.
That's what I
But
think.
I just don't want Final Fantasy to be like that, in my opinion. Like, basically, you should never need, like, Splatoon to do any of this shit. However, I do think that they should put a fucking
Max
parser
hates
in the
weak
game,
auras?
because
Well, that's what's so funny about it, is, like, It's like steroids in sports. If you made steroids in sports legal, every single person in sports would be using steroids. Do you know why? It's because they work. And they work extremely fucking well. So, of course, Max hates weak auras. Because now they have to pay somebody real money. You think that these fucking world first guilds would have somebody on the payroll and all they do is develop weak auras? You think they just did that because it's, you know, Max's second cousin Vinny, and Vinny's out of a job because he's an alcoholic, so we put him on the team to design add-ons that nobody uses? Bro, no shot. Like, Vinny's in there doing work. Vinny's in there making it happen. Like, nobody wants to deal with that shit.
It's really bullshit when they put DPS checks in a game that doesn't have a parser. It's just ridiculous to me. I just don't agree with that mentality. Like, I understand SC doesn't want people to be toxic and shit, but like, ACT is the least of their concerns. ACT would help a lot of players improve. I think it would. Don't get me wrong, it would also bring a little bit of toxicity too, but people are overreacting when they're like, if you put a parser in the game, everybody's gonna be elitist. Dude, everybody's already a fucking elitist, man, especially fucking filthy ass casual motherfuckers.
I can't really speak to this because, like, I don't really play Final Fantasy at the high end, so like I don't really know like what it would be like if they added this into Final Fantasy, but I can tell you in WoW that nobody plays to kill the fight. Everybody plays to kill the meters. Nobody cares about actually doing good damage or actually performing mechanics properly. People only care about doing good damage and looking good on the meters.
Have we ever played with one of them?
It's
Holy
awful.
shit, man. They're so entitled, man. Jesus Christ. Nobody in this game sucks. Because if you say you suck, then you're going to get banned. So nobody in this game sucks. They already tune fights around DPS checks. Just put a fucking parser in the game, you know, for the community. I also think that they should, like, okay some mods, right? Like UI mods, like animation change mods, like mods that don't actually affect any gameplay or anything. It's just like a cosmetic thing. They shouldn't ban you for that. Because
I don't think that they can. I think that realistically, as much as it would logically make sense that some of this stuff was okay, and I think that we can generally agree that a lot of cosmetic mods are harmless and they don't matter, you can't open that door because people will never know when to close it, and there is no logical line that you can draw. Because that you can look at, think about it like this. This is 5 minutes, 48 seconds. You will have people saying, this is only cosmetic. It's not playing the game for you. It's not doing anything. It is a cosmetic add-on. People will 100% say that. So they literally can't do that because then everything is cosmetic at that point. Twisted logic argument, it is.
Because SC
It's
just
in
says
bad
no
faith,
to
yes.
all mods, they'll ban you for a beard mod is the same as they'll ban you for all that fucking bullshit.
And
that we
they
just
have to
watched.
do that.
But then again, I don't really,
Even though
I
I'm
don't really
sure
give
they
a
don't
shit about
want to.
third party, man. I really don't. The older I get, man, the less I care about irrelevant shit. I don't try to police anybody that plays this game. But I understand, like, I'm in kind of a privileged position, right? I don't have to give a shit, right? Like, this isn't my game. So you have to kind of, like, look at it from SE's perspective, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really the player. Like, why the fuck does the player care about this shit?
And like, whenever I think about it from SE's perspective, I genuinely think that they just don't want to add anything because they don't want to make it for console. They don't want to spend the time and the resources to make it for console, and they can't have something.
I think it has nothing to do with that personally. I think it has everything to do with the fact that if you open the door just a little bit, everything's going to go through.
On PC and not on console. That's why they're so fucking adamant about this fucking bullshit, you know, oh, you need to clear with the default, all this shit, man.
Yeah, it's
when it
Pandora's
comes, like,
box,
in terms
yep.
of that, like, they're kind of out of touch. I feel like they're out of touch, because, like, the base UI is, I don't know, man. It's gotten a lot.
I think that's true. It seems like the base UI could use a lot of improvements. Like, I don't know why Square Enix doesn't do better improvements on the UI. I think that would also... I think Final Fantasy has a... It looks dated. And it doesn't look dated in a way that, like, RuneScape looks dated in an endearing way. It just looks dated, period. And that's because it is. Yes, it is. It is dated. Now, World of Warcraft circumvents this problem because they have so many add-ons and mods. And other games circumvent that because they're newer. But I do think Final Fantasy does look uniquely dated in a way that even WoW doesn't. And I think a big part of that is the UI. I think the UI for this game is horrible.
Better though. I think the base UI is
Man, the fact that they can
like New World UI is better. World of Warcraft UI is better. I would say Lost Ark UI is even probably better. It doesn't look that good.
I think it needs to be better, actually. I do. It's okay. I don't think it's bad, but there's like a lot of little stuff that I wish you could do. Like there's a lot of little stuff.
perfectly covering the other
Like I'll give you an example, right? Like so if you look on my buff bar, okay? Like all of my buffs, so like my Storm's Eye, my Inner Release. I want to make those buffs bigger than the other buffs. Like basically I want to be able to very easily tell
And like this is a logical thing that would improve his experience. Because for example, like that right there is a defensive cooldown. I can guarantee you that the defensive cooldown is more important than knowing that he has 49 minutes left on his food buff. Or that he has his tank stance on, for example. So, like, obviously you want to have that kind of stuff. He wants weak auras? Yes. Oh, I think weak auras are good in certain circumstances. And this is the problem, right? Is that weak auras add a lot of functionality into WoW that does improve the experience of players in a positive way. The issue is that, and this is kind of why Final Fantasy doesn't allow any of them, and why WoW just allows all of them. Almost no game has some sort of, like half and half thing, where like some are okay and others aren't. It's because it's impossible to balance.
buffs apart from other people's buffs, and you can't and you can't do that.
Yeah, these are
without
UI
increasing
improvements.
the size of like all the buffs. Like I only want certain buffs. I wish you could pick
Totally
and
fair.
choose. Also, the text, it's like this like pale green, and sometimes it's hard to see. I mean, what does it matter
Yes,
if I need
that's
glasses
true.
or not? Are you saying that like if someone needs glasses that they're just shit out of luck? That's basically what you're saying. Just never
Yeah.
type again. Just never type it. Just never type again. It's like little stuff like that, man, that I want to change. But my point is like with mods and stuff, you can do that. That kind of stuff I think is huge.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that they could do a lot more to improve the UI of the game and just in general improve the dated nature of the way the game looks. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do. I think it's in 7.0 where they're going to be doing a lot of updates to like the UI and also to the what do you really call it? To like the graphics of the game, like the fidelity. So yeah, if they can do that and like actually make the game look as good as, I mean, it doesn't have to look as good as Final Fantasy 16, right? It doesn't have to look that good. But I do think that Final Fantasy looks uniquely dated. Graphics engine, etc. Yeah, I would love to see it improved. Final Fantasy 16 uses the same engine. They can change the graphics to 14. Oh, I'm not, look. All I'm saying is that I think that it would look great if they did that. I have no idea. MMOs are not graphically impressive by default. Yeah, but I'm not comparing Final Fantasy 14 to something like, I literally explicitly did not compare it to something like Final Fantasy 16. I'm comparing it to other MMOs. Guaranteed there'll be a graphics update. Yeah, I really hope that happens. We'll see what it is or when that's going to be, but I have no idea. Hopefully it does happen. Obviously, it's disappointing to see people cheating, but guys, it's just really no surprise, especially now that the Final Fantasy Race to World First has gotten really popular. And because it's gotten so popular, you're going to have people that feel like they're compelled to cheat because there's more notoriety involved with it and there's more abilities. People can get more out of cheating. It's just that simple. If you put a reward behind something, you are going to, incentivize people to cheat.
So you were born with a talent for fighting. Who cares? You never worked for it. It was
Tell me how